Hi, Lenas. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
وعليكم السلام ورحمة الله وبركاته.
How are you all doing? I hope you're all good. All right, here we are. Let's talk about idiomatic expressions in today's class. Idiomatic expressions. That is the topic of today. Idiomatic expressions. Now, when we say idiomatic expressions, what do we mean? When we say idiomatic expressions, they are expressions that do not mean exactly what the word says. They do not mean exactly what the words say. For example, you have let the cat out of the bag. For example, you have kick the bucket. For example, you have the girl has her tongue in her mouth, and expressions like that. You would say, oh, she has her tongue in her mouth. Yes, now the tongue is always in the mouth. But then remember again, idiomatic expressions are expressions that do not mean exactly what the word says. So it does not mean that we are talking about the tongue being in the mouth. We are talking about something else. Now, the meaning of idiomatic expression is not derived from what it entails. That is, you cannot say their meaning literally. The meaning of idiomatic expressions cannot be derived literally. If you take them literally, you will likely miss the answer. So for us not to miss the answer, now we need to learn some idiomatic expressions. Now for your UTME use of English, you will have like 5 questions from idiomatic expressions. So if you can get those 5 questions, if you get the answer to the questions correctly, that is something. Now, we start with some idiomatic expression extracted from our past question. Now, you may want to ask the question, how do I know all the idiomatic expression? The only sincere answer to that question is that there is no other way to knowing idiomatic expression than learning it. That is just it. Because you have a lot of them. You can't exhaust it. So the only way to know idiomatic expression is just to learn it, learn the meaning, and try to practice questions on idiomatic expressions. Let's start. Now, let's start with these idiomatic expressions that I have on the screen. Number one, to play the devil's advocate. To play the devil's advocate. What does this mean? It does not mean that, oh, play the devil's advocate, or maybe the person is playing for the devil, or the person is working for the devil. No, it just means that when you say somebody is playing the devil's advocate, it means the person is arguing against the popular opinion to foster discussion. Let me give an example to buttress this point. Let's assume you tell someone now, oh, the sky is blue. The sky is blue. And just because the person wants to foster discussion, want to elongate that discussion, the person now comes and say, oh, no, the sky is not blue. Have you seen a blue sky before? No, the sky is not blue. The sky is indigo, or the sky is yellow in color, or the sky is green. Just because they want to what? They want to argue. Just because they want to argue against popular opinion, they want to talk. They want to make sure they say something. They want to argue unnecessarily, something that is already a popular opinion. So you want to argue against that opinion. So that is when you can call such a person a devil's advocate. Now, the next one is cock and bull story. I know this one is very, very popular. Cock and bull story. Cock and bull story is an unbelievable story. An unbelievable story. When somebody is trying to tell you what is not, say, stop telling me cock and bull story, Jare. Don't tell me. They will say iton. There's something called iton japa, something like that. Say, what's better? So cock and bull story is an unbelievable story. The next one is neck and neck. Neck and neck. Neck and neck means to be very close. To be very close. When you talk about, for example, now, you have two sprinters. Two sprinters now. They are running. And when they are neck to neck, you say when they are very, very close, you know, you're already thinking that, oh, this one is going to be this person is going to take the first position. No, it's the other one that will take the first position. Look at, they are running very, very close to each other. So in that view, you can say they are running neck and neck. They are running neck and neck. It means they are very, very close in success. Now, the next one is dark horse. Dark horse. Dark horse is an unexpected winner. Somebody that you do not even think that can win. And the person, at the end of the day, actually became the winner. So you say, oh, this person is a dark horse. Dark horse. You know, for example, now, you already limited the ability of your sister to just, you know, waking up and taking her bath and all of that. But one day she just surprised everyone by making a delicious meal, or she surprised everyone by coming first in the class, you know. And at home, she's not always reading, she's not always showing any seriousness and all of that. You all at home already think that, oh, she's here again, she's very, very unserious, she's this, she's that. And at the end of the day, she came first out of maybe 50 students in the class. Then in that case, you can say, oh, my sister turned out to be the dark horse, you know, an unexpected winner. Somebody you did not even expect to win at all, then actually won at the end of the day. Dark horse. Are we together, please? Now let's move to the next one. I started with play the devil's advocate. Plays the devil. To play the devil's advocate means to argue against a popular opinion just to foster discussion, you know, just to continue the discussion, to elongate it. Cock and bull story. A story that is unbelievable. When you have a story that is unbelievable, for example, I just come up with one story and I told you, oh, okay, you know, after the class yesterday, snow started falling in my room. How is that possible? How is it possible for snow to fall in your room? Just your own room. Oh. So you say, don't tell me cock and bull story, please. So that is an unbelievable story. Neck and neck means to be very, very close. When two people are very, very close in success, you say they are neck and neck. Dark horse, an unexpected winner, is a dark horse, an unexpected winner. Somebody that you do not even think that you do not think that the person can be close to winning at all, and the person eventually won at the end of the day. An unexpected winner. The next one is small fry. Small fry. If you look at small fry, fry like to fry something, then small. Are we now saying that we are frying small stuff? No. That is why idiomatic expression, you can't tell their meaning by the meaning of the individual words. You need to learn the meaning to know it. You can say, I know the meaning of small now. Small is the opposite of big. And I know the meaning of fry, to fry something. Okay, that means I am frying a small stuff. No. In idiomatic expression, it doesn't work that way. You need to know the meaning of the expression, not just interpreting the individual words. Now, small fry are the unimportant people or things. Unimportant people or things. And the opposite of small fry is, who knows the opposite of small fry? Another idiomatic expression that is the opposite of small fry. Who knows? Okay, Taufik Khadija. Do you want to tell us something about the opposite of small fry? Big fish. Good job. That is just it. Big fish. Big fish. So big fish are the influential, the powerful, the important person. You know, when you say big fish, important people. And when you say small fry, unimportant people or things. So if you don't know, now you know. Small fry, unimportant people or things. Then the opposite of that is big fish. Big fish, you know, you're not saying that the fish in the river. You're not saying the fish in the river, but it means that important people, influential people, powerful people. Now, chip off old block. Chip off old block. So when you say a child, this is specially used for a child, a person actually. When you say a person is a chip off old block, it means the person has similar character to one of their parents, maybe the father or the mother. For example, now maybe you walk the same way as your mom, or you sleep the same way as your dad. You know, some people are very, they take after their one of their parents, or they take after their parents in such a way that when they talk, you'll be like, ah, is mommy Aisha around? It is only when you peep or when you knock and you check that you see that, oh, mommy Aisha is not around. Oh. Aisha is the one talking. I thought it was your mom. Oh, my mom is not around. So it means that you talk. This means that when Aisha talks, you will think that it is her mom just because she took afterwards. She took after her mom, you know, talking, she took after her mom. Sometimes you see a child that walks, somehow you'll be like, hey, look at how this child is walking. It's just like the way his father walks. Or when a child writes, or when a child does something. So when you say chip off old block, it is just what of a person to be similar in character to one of their parents. Bed of roses. Bed of roses. I know you would have had this so many times. You better enjoy what you have today. You better be wise in spending. You better take your education seriously, because life is not a bed of roses. Life is not what? A bed of roses. It comes with ups and downs. So you have the happy part, you have the sad part. Nobody will tell me that, oh, I have never experienced any sad parts of this life. It is not possible. So you have the positive side, you have the negative side. It is just that we do pray that we should experience more positivity than negativity. So when you say bed of roses, it means an easy and happy existence. So when you say life is not a bed of roses, you are just telling the person that, okay, in this life you have when you have its good and you have its bad. It is not always good all the time. You don't have it 100% positive. So you are going to have, you have a period where you are happy. You will have a time that you eat jollof rice and chicken, and you have another day that you have to drink gari without sugar. So life is not a bed of roses. Life is not as easy and as colorful as you think it is. Cross the Rubicon. To cross the Rubicon. When we say you cross the Rubicon or somebody crosses the Rubicon, it means to take an irrevocable step. To take an irrevocable step. Irrevocable, something that you cannot revoke. Irrevocable, where you cannot change something. When you take a step that you cannot change, you cannot reverse it. You cannot recover it. Whenever you take that step is final. So to cross the Rubicon means to take an irrevocable step. To take a step that, okay, if I should use this last 50 naira that is with me, if I should use it to buy meat pie. Okay, I want to take this step now. I want to use this last card to buy meat pie. It means that I'm going to trek home. So just know that that step that you want to take, if you use that money to buy meat pie, you don't have any other choice than just to trek home. So to take an irrevocable step. Now we have another one, an open secret. An open secret, even from the word open secret, it means the secret is not a secret anymore. Open secret is just something that you think is a secret, but is already generally known. For example, now, oh, you told somebody something and you told the person, okay, please don't tell anyone. Don't tell anyone. This is a secret. And before you know it, just because the person is, you know, has basket mouth, anyway, Joe, she already told this one, see, Khadija said I should not tell anybody, but you know that I am your friend. So, and it is just a gist, right? So let me just tell you this, please don't tell anyone. And before you know it, the other girl already told everybody. So it is no more a secret. It is now an open secret, a generally known secret, a generally known secret. Now we have small fry, unimportant people or things, and the opposite for that is big fish, important, influential people. Chip of old block, that is of a child. When you talk about a child or a person that has a similar character to one of their parents. Bed of roses, happy and easy existence. Cross the Rubicon, to take an irrevocable step. An open secret is a generally known secret. Now, moving on, we have crux of the matter. That is the importance or the most important point of an issue. The most important point of an issue. Big heart, big heart. To be kind and generous, to be always willing to give people or to help people. When you have a big heart, it means you are kind and generous and you're always willing to help people. Incubation period. Incubation period. Incubation period means the initial stage of development for an idea. The initial stage of development. Initial, when we say initial, the start stage, the beginning stage of development of an idea. To present a bold front. From the word bold, to present a bold front means to act courageously or boldly in a difficult situation. To act courageously or boldly in a difficult situation. That is the meaning of present bold front. To present bold front means to act courageously or boldly in a difficult situation. Now, the next one is to be afraid of one's shadow. To be afraid of one's shadow. You know, there is nowhere you go, you will always have your shadow following you. So to be afraid of one's shadow means to be easily frightened. You know, when you are afraid of your own shadow, can your shadow harm you? No. So it means to be easily frightened. To be easily frightened is to be afraid of one's shadow. To lead a dog's life. To lead a dog's life means to live a miserable or unhappy life. We pray against such. To live a miserable or unhappy life. To play second fiddle. To play second fiddle means to be lesser than someone in position. To be lesser than someone else in position. For example, now in schools, you have class captain, you have assistant class captain. In higher institution, you have class rep, class representative, you have assistant class representative. You have the principal, you have the vice principal. So to play second fiddle means to be lesser than someone else in position. To be lesser than someone else in position. Are we together, please? Can we continue? Can we proceed? Now the next one, to cook the book. To cook the book. This does not mean that I'll put my pot on fire and I'll put water and I'll start cooking the book. Oh yeah, bring this, bring the salt and bring the spices, bring the seasoning, let's cook the book. No. That is to say that your idiomatic expression again, you cannot tell their meaning from the literal meaning of the words you have in there. You know, someone can say, so cook the book. That's very, very simple now. Just bring your pot and your book. I will cook it for you. No, that is not what it means. Rather, it means that to change figures or written records in order to deceive people. To change figures or written records in order to deceive people. For example, you're working in a firm now, you know, maybe a business firm, and you are in the position of recording transactions of customers. And at the end of the day, just because you do not fear your Lord and you think that nobody is going to know, instead of you to write 50,000, somebody deposited 50,000, you wrote 5,000 instead. So that is to change. You are changing figure. You are cooking the book to change figures or written records in order to deceive people. Or somebody tells you that, okay, in a will now, you know, after the death of someone, you have the will. And in that will, it was written there that you should give 4 houses in Lekki to somebody. But because you hate the person, you do not even like the person, and the person is unaware of what is in the will. And as the lawyer, you just change it to 2 houses for Mr. Jegede, to Mr. Jegede or Mrs. Jegede in Lekki. Just because maybe you wanted a favor from Mrs. Jegede some times ago and she did not grant that. So now it's time to pay back. So cook the book is just to change figures or to change written records in order to deceive people. Cupboard love. Cupboard love. This is not the love that you have in the cupboard. You know, some of you say, but I don't have love in my cupboard now. I only have plates and spoons and all of that. Cupboard love. When you say cupboard love, it is an affection that is feigned in order to obtain something. When I say feigned, I mean an affection that you put up. You know, it is not real. It is not real. It is just to deceive you. An affection that is feigned in order to obtain something. For example, now, see, let me tell you something. Whenever you do this for me, when you do this, I'll give you this. That person is just showing you affection. That is just cupboard love. Oh, Don't worry, just come, just come. Don't worry. Don't you trust me? Just come. No, don't go. So affection that is feigned in order to obtain something is called cupboard love. Cupboard love. You do not genuinely love the person. It is just because you want to get something from them. That is why you are obeying, you are showing that love. So such love is called cupboard love. Crow flies. Crow flies is the shortest distance between 2 points. Crow flies is the shortest distance between 2 points. The shortest distance between 2 points. Another idiomatic expression we'll be learning today is put paid to. Put paid to. When you put paid to something, it doesn't mean that you pay with money. No. Rather, the meaning is to finish, to destroy, or to put an end to a plan. To finish, to destroy, or put an end to a plan. When you put paid to something, it means to finish, to destroy, or to put an end to a plan. Now, let's go over it again. The first one on this slide is cook the book. To cook the book means to change figures or written records in order to deceive people. To change figures or written records in order to deceive people. Another one you have here is cupboard love. Cupboard love, an affection that is feigned in order to obtain something. An affection that is feigned in order to what? Obtain something. It's just like to deceive someone, to show affection, to deceive them in order to obtain something from them. Now, crow flies, the shortest distance between 2 points. Put paid to means to finish, to destroy, or to put an end to a plan. The next one is fast friends. Fast friends. This does not mean, it doesn't mean that friends that are fast. No. Oh, those two friends, they are fast though. If you tell them to run from Abule Egba to Oshodi, it won't take them 5 minutes. No, that is not what we mean. What we mean is that there are people that are close, that are inseparable. Fast friends are people with a close, inseparable bond. You will have a friend like that, oh, we are so close. There is nothing I can't tell this my friend, and we are inseparable. We've been together since we were little until now. We are still friends. So fast friends are people with a close, inseparable bond. Bird's eye view. Bird's eye view. Bird's eye view is a broad view of a situation. Bird's eye view is a broad view of a situation. Bird's eye view is a broad view of a situation. You know, when a bird is always high up there, and can look down on something. A bird is high up there and can see everything. It's just like when you're standing, you know, when you're standing on top of a roof now, you know, you'll be able to see things that are on the floor. It's just like when you're in an airplane now, you'll be able to see everything that is down there. So that is just like a bird's eye view. Bird's eye view. When a bird is flying high in the sky, the bird can always see what is around, what is on the floor there, and you have a broad view, a clear view of a situation. Bird's eye view is a broad view of a situation. Pet aversion. Pet aversion. This is also called pet peeve. Pet peeve. Peeve, P-E-E-V-E. The peeve is spelled P-E-E-V-E. So when you say pet aversion or pet peeve, it just means a minor thing that an individual finds annoying. And that minor thing can be something that doesn't bother most of the people. The minor thing could be something that doesn't bother most of the people, but you find it very, very annoying. Now, let me give an example. I find it annoying for you to stand in front of me and you are yawning without covering your mouth. I find it very, very annoying. Very, very annoying. But you know, most people may not find it as something as great as that. So that is my own pet peeve. That is one of my pet peeves. A minor thing that I find very annoying. I find it annoying for you to stand in front of me and you start yawning without covering your mouth. Where are you coming from? The way I even, express myself, you won't like it. So that is one of my pet peeves. So when you say pet peeve, this is a minor thing that an individual finds annoying that other people may not even find it annoying. Some people might just, is it not just yawning? I am just yawning now. I'm just yawning now. Is it not just to yawn? No, you have to cover. If you want to yawn, cover your mouth. Why must you open all your mouth? And if you want to swallow me, or you want to kill all the cell that is in my body with your with your dog. Okay. Hook, line, and sinker. Hook, line, and sinker. When you take something, hook, line, and sinker, it means you believe that thing completely without hesitation. I am telling you something and say, is it true? Oh, MTN, they are sharing 10 million. Okay, let me go. What did you say I should do? I should press star something, something. Okay, let me go and press it. Let me quickly go and press it. Why are you accepting everything hook, line, and sinker? So you can always use these expressions when you converse in your day-to-day conversation. You can use this expression. Hook. There was a time like that. I think I read a message about MTN gifting and all of that. And somebody was actually, spreading the message. Okay, click this, click that. People that press the code that they were asked to press. I think the code was for actually borrowing. It was for borrowing. So when you press the code, you actually borrowed a particular amount from MTN and you are going to pay back. So it was just like, I think the person was just pranking or something. I don't know. Maybe it was sent to that person also, and the person was like, okay, I won't be the only one to suffer this thing. Let's do this together. So when you take something hook, line, and sinker, it means to believe something without hesitation. You did not even say, let me think about this thing that you just told me. And you just believed everything, hook, line, and sinker. Now, the next one is make the pie. Make the pie. Make the pie means to make a lot of money. To make the pie means to make a lot of money. Make a pie means to make a lot of money. Now I have white elephant project. White elephant project. This is an unwanted or financially burdensome possession or a project with limited value. A financially burdensome possession, unwanted possession, or a project with limited value. I actually have it to be white elephant. So when you say white elephant, a possession, an item, something that doesn't have a real value like that, it is useless. It provides little benefits. Are we going to memorize all this or what? No, you don't need to memorize it. You just need to learn it. You learn it and you try to, answer questions. When you answer questions on this, you get to remember them more. So you cannot memorize all the idiomatic expressions that you have that you have. No, you can't. What you can only do is try to learn them, not memorize actually. Try to learn them. Now, if I ask you that, what is the meaning of small fry now? Without even going back to the slide, you already know that, small fry, unimportant people. What is the opposite? Big fish, important people. That is why I'm trying to give some relatable examples so that, when you remember those examples, for example, now, cupboard love. Cupboard love. This brother is telling me to come and take iftar package. Me, I should come and take iftar package. No, God forbid bad thing. So fake love, a love that is just there to deceive in order to get something from someone. Unreal love. From the examples, you'll be able to think, okay, cupboard love that is in the cupboard. It means it is not real. It is covered. I can't even see the real one. So good. Now, cook the book. Cook the book. Cook the book. It means to change figure or to change written records in order to deceive people. Cross the Rubicon. She made mention of something. She said that if I use my last card to buy meat pie, I already know that taking that decision means that I would trek home. So it means it is irrevocable. Whenever I use that money, that decision is irrevocable. I have to trek home. So when you learn things, try to give relatable examples. Another way to do this is teach yourself. When you teach yourself, you get to learn it more. You get to know it more. You retain it more. Teach yourself. If you do not find anyone to teach yourself, or you teach a dummy. Teach a dummy. You can just place something in front of you. Okay, today, I want to teach you idiomatic expression. Now listen and try to ask questions when you don't understand. You are just talking to nothing. But then, you are learning. Okay, now listen to me. So cook the book means to falsify records or to change records in order to deceive people. Do you understand? That is cook the book. You could even place a mirror in front of you. You see the reflection of yourself. Call your younger ones. If you have younger ones, call them. okay, I'll buy you something. Just listen. I want to teach you something. Even if they won't understand what you are trying to say at that moment, but with that, it will get to stick to your brain. So those are the ways you can learn things. Not just, yeah, sure, you can take your toy, and if your younger ones are still laughing at you that but Khalid, are you playing with toy again? Are you a baby? Just look at them and say, you don't know what's 300 plus. To get 300 plus, you don't know what it means. Don't worry, you will understand sooner or later. So just leave them. Let them be laughing at you. Now, bring to book. When you bring someone to book, it means you hold them accountable for their action. For example, you bring corporates to book. You bring criminals to book. It means you are holding them accountable for their action. Somebody stole something and say, oh, we are going to bring you to book. It means we are going to hold you accountable. You are going to, you are going to be held accountable for your action. To pull the wool over one's eyes, to pull the wool over someone's eyes, it means to deceive. I'm not saying you should go and buy cotton wool and pull it over your eyes, or you go and buy what is this other wool and pull it over. No. So it means to deceive. And it's not yeye wool. I'm not talking about yeye wool here. So when you pull the wool over one's eye, it means to deceive someone, to deceive someone. Let's move to the next one. We have a grain of salt. A grain of salt. When you take an information with a grain of salt, it means you do not completely believe what you have been told. Unlike hook, line, and sinker, where you just believe everything. You are just following, what is it called? Somebody that does not even have a thinking faculty. You cannot even think about what the person told you. You're just taking everything hook, line, and sinker. Now compare a grain of salt. A grain of salt means to not completely believe. This one also, you believe partially, but you do not completely believe that what somebody told you is true because it may be untrue. To not completely believe something because you think that that thing may be untrue. Just like when somebody tells you now, oh, they are sharing 10 million for people that will come from for Tarawi today. 10 million care. Am I praying for someone? I am praying to Allah. I am not praying to anyone now. Okay, with a pinch of salt. With a pinch of salt. When you say pinch of salt, when you take something with a pinch of salt, it is just to take an information with doubt, just like grain of salt too. Pinch of salt, grain of salt. To take an information with doubt, to not completely believe whatever you are being told. So pinch of salt, grain of salt, it has the same meaning. Pinch of salt, grain of salt, it has the same meaning. To not completely believe what you are being told because it may be untrue. Now, ring true. Ring true. Ring true means seems to be true or genuine. When an information rings true, it means that that information seems to be true and it seems to be a genuine information, unlike grain of salt and pinch of salt. Now, nip in the bud. Nip in the bud. Nip in the bud means to put a quick end to something at an early stage. To put a quick end to something at an early stage. To put a quick end to something at an early stage. That is the meaning of nip in the bud. That is the meaning of nip in the bud. To stop something at an early stage, a very, very early stage. Now, for example, illness. Illness, when we go for, it's just that Nigerians, I'm not saying all Nigerians now, majority, we do not like to go for, just go for checkup in the hospital because people are always scared that, it is better I do not know. Whatever I know cannot kill me. Translate that to Yoruba for better understanding. Whatever I don't know cannot kill me. I can't get there now with good health and they will be telling me that, this person, you are HIV positive, or you have this one, or you have this one. So it is better I do not know. So majority of the illnesses that people have now, let's assume that they detect those illness early. It will just be what? It could be nipped in the bud. It could be nipped in the bud. That is, it could be put a quick end to. You can put a quick end to that at the early stage, if only you know. Now, also for behavior, you've seen a particular child that loves to suck their finger. Have you seen an adult sucking finger before? It is because it wasn't Such act was not quickly stopped. Although for some, they would have tried to stop it so many times, was they just, I don't know, maybe the person just chose to be Amuka Dagba. I actually know of someone that stuck the finger. There is nothing that they did not put on this finger. Bitter leaf, oh, what is this thing called? This thing it is called jello in Yoruba. I can't remember the English name for that now. I can't remember the English word for it now. So bitter leaf, this wool, even pepper, the girl will still suck the finger. So, but later the girl later stopped. The girl later stopped sucking. It is not me. Before you people will start thinking, she's the one. She's just trying to say the girl, so that we will not say that our teacher used to suck the finger till she grew up. No. It is not me. So when you say nip in the bud, I'm just trying to explain nip in the bud. When you put a quick end to something, now the general one, the example that we can always relate to is that of what? Illness. Some illnesses, when they get to know at a very, very early stage, it could be nipped in the bud. Oh, you go for a checkup now and you found out that, oh, I have low blood. My PCV is very, very low. Oh, I have protein deficiency. That is because you went for checkup. So those things, they could quickly put a quick end to whatever harm those things would cause. That is just if you know. Now, to go through fire does not mean that you are going to set your cooking gas on fire now. It is not that you set your cooking gas on fire when you want to prepare your iftar and you now say, I want to go through fire today. You now start, okay, push me. You people should just push me there. Or you set up your coal pot and you say, okay, I want to go through fire, and you start working there, or your firewood. No, that is not what it means. To go through fire means to endure difficulties in order to achieve a goal. To endure difficulties in order to achieve a goal. At the end of your UTME, you can have the sentence like, oh, I went through fire to have a score of 350 plus in UTME. I went through fire. It means I endured difficulties. Oh, maybe there were days that I would read with just candles. There were days that I would not even eat. There were days that I forfeited my play with friends so that I could just, achieve my goal. Do you understand this, please? Do you understand this, please? Let's quickly have a recap of what we've said before we start answering questions. So I started with the first idiomatic expression was to play the devil's advocate. To play the devil's advocate means to argue against opinions that are popular in order to foster discussion. So in that example, in this idiomatic expression, I gave an example of somebody elongating a discussion on the sky is not blue, just because they want the discussion to be long. So they will start arguing with you. No, the sky is not blue. This and that. Okay, I can even back it up with evidence. The sky is blue now. But because they just want to argue against that popular opinion, and they just want to keep you there because they don't even have anything doing. They want to waste your time too. Cock and bull story is an unbelievable story. For example, oh, I saw 2 lions in my room yesterday night. Is your room a zoo? How will you see lions in your room? So that is not possible. Are you keeping lion as a pet? Don't tell me cock and bull story, please. Or maybe you saw it in your dreamland. Don't tell me cock and bull story. So a cock and bull story is an unbelievable story. For example, a child came home now, a child that you know to be energetic and all of that. And the child now came home and say, oh, mommy, Tade beats me today in school. No, Tade did not beat you. What did you do? I did not do anything. It's a lie. You did something. Don't tell me cock and bull story, please. I already know you did something. Don't tell me you did not do anything. Tade cannot just come and beat you. So it is because you did something to Tade. Unbelievable story is just cock and bull story. Neck and neck means to be very, very close in success. To be very, very close. Dark horse, an unexpected winner. Take it, for example, that's your sister that you think is unserious at home. And later came out to be, the winner in a competition, maybe an international competition now. That's your own sister that you always think, that girl, she's not always reading. She's always playing, pressing phone. And later registered to participate in a competition and emerged as the winner. You'll be like, my sister, the winner. Am I dreaming? So dark horse means unexpected winner. The next one is small fry, unimportant people or things. chip off old block of a child or of a person to be similar in character to one of their parents. For example, now, if I am speaking my native language, which is Yoruba, most times I speak like my mom. Sometimes when I speak, people that knows my mom very well and know when she speaks. When I speak Yoruba, I speak like my mom. So you'd be like, she mommy alone so on your. So that is just chip off old blood to be similar in character to one of, and sometimes I scold my kids like my mom sometimes. So to be similar in characters to one of their parents is chip off old blood. Maybe you walk like your dad, or you smile like your mom, or you raise your bro like your dad. Just you took something similar in character, or you write like your dad. You cook. Why is everything dad? You cook like your mom. You resolve. When people come to you for opinions, you judge the way your mom would do. Bed of roses, an easy and happy existence. So life is not a bed of roses. Life is not a bed of roses. Sometimes when you have the assessment, you get 80%. Sometimes when you have the assessment, you will not even get up to that. That is to tell you that life is full of both positive and negative. You have the easy side, you have the not so easy side. But we pray that our easy side will be more than the uneasy side. And whenever we have the one that are not so easy to, we pray that God help us in such situation. Now, look at the use of concord there. I did not say God helps us. I said God help us, because what rule is that? What rule is that? Unmute your microphone and tell me, please. What rule of concord is that? Lawal Rodia, tell me now.
Mandative, subjunctive.
Good job. Mandative, subjunctive, concord. An open secret. Okay, cross the Rubicon means to take an irrevocable step. An open secret is a generally known secret. So be careful of who you tell your secret to, so that it will not become an open secret. Crux of the matter, the most important point of an issue. Big heart, kind and generous, always willing to give people, always willing to help people. Incubation period is the initial stage of development of an idea, the start stage, the developmental stage, the beginning stage. So you know initial now, physics students, initial velocity and final velocity. So I don't need to explain buttress initial more than this. Okay, the next one is to present a bold front. It means to act courageously in a difficult situation. Let's assume that as you're sitting taking this class now, a lion just appeared from nowhere. You need to present a bold front. You don't need to start crying. But I know someone that will even a rat, just tell the person that it seems there is a snake in the bathroom. Oh. The person refused to enter the bathroom. No, don't worry. Let me just stay outside. Okay. I will not make this an open secret. To be afraid of one's shadow, so I will not mention the person's name. To be afraid of one's shadow means to be easily frightened. To be easily frightened. Even when you see insects, you'll just be running up and down. Yay! Insect is coming. Insect is coming. How are you now running away? To lead a dog's life means to live a miserable or unhappy life. To play second fiddle means to be lesser than someone in position. I gave example of vice principal and vice principal. The vice principal is lesser than the principal in position. The vice president is lesser than the president in position. The class captain the assistant class captain is lesser than the class captain in position. So to play second fiddle means to be lesser than someone in position. The next one is to cook the book, to change figures or written record in order to deceive people. You have cupboard love also, an affection that is feigned in order to obtain something. Crow flies, the shortest distance between 2 points. Put paid to means to finish, destroy, or put an end to a plan. Fast friends are people with close, inseparable bonds. Bird's eye view, a broad view of a situation. Pet aversion or pet peeve, a minor thing that an individual finds annoying. Hook, line, and sinker means to believe something without hesitation. Believe something completely without hesitating, without thinking twice. Make the pie means to make a lot of money. White elephant. White elephant. This project is not supposed to be there. White elephant is an unwanted or financially burdensome possession or a project with limited value. An unwanted possession, a financially burdensome possession, or a project with limited value. To bring to book means to hold someone accountable for their action. To pull the wool over one's eyes means to deceive. A grain of salt or a pinch of salt means to not completely believe whatever you are being told because it may be untrue. Now, ring true means to be true or genuine. Nip in the bud, to put a quick end to something at an early stage. To go through fire means to endure difficulties in order to achieve a goal. Okay, let's stop it here now. Let's stop it here now and take questions. Let's stop it. Let's stop it here. Let's take questions, please. In order to make those idiomatic expressions that we've learned today, in order to make it stick more, let's take questions. Okay. Question time, question time. Are you ready to take questions? Yes, I am ready for the questions. Today is 5. Why are you giving me a thumbs up? Is it because I am singing for you people? I'm singing for you because, oh, sorry, baby. Ah, you this lady that you are giving me thumbs up. What is it with? I'll cut your thumb. Because it is a virtual one. You already know it is a virtual one. It is not possible for me to cut it. Don't worry. I'll come and cut it in your house. Okay, let's take our first question. Amidat, always clapping. Amidat is always clapping in this class. Clapping, Amidat. All right, let's take our first question. Only the small fries. I think I should increase the thickness of my pen. Only the small fries. Oh, the small fry rather. Only the small fry gets punished. Only the small fry gets punished. For such social misdemeanors. So you have small fry underlined. Option A, I have small boys. Option B, I have unimportant people. Calm down now, learners. People are too hot. You always want to give me my answers back to back. Oh, you can't see my screen. Who else cannot see my screen? Oh, sorry about that. Should be able to see it now. Okay, I think it is here now. You can see the screen, but you can't see what? Frightened people. Inexperienced people. Okay, I think before I completed the options, learners already picked their answer. So unimportant people. Did you also choose option B? Okay. Okay, sorry, you chose option B. So we have unimportant people. The small fry are the unimportant people. And the big fish is the opposite of that. Big fish means important people. Question 2. Question 2. The vote of thanks, the vote of thanks which was elaborately vote of thanks which was elaborately moved by the social secretary did not ring true. The vote of thanks which was elaborately moved by the social secretary did not ring true, particularly as the fundraising had been a big failure. The vote of thanks. Now listen, please. I think this is a lot. If I want to write this, take a lot of time, and I want us to answer like 5, 10 questions if possible. Listen, please, listen attentively. The vote of thanks, which was elaborately moved by the social secretary, did not ring true, particularly as the fundraising had been a big failure. So my options now: A was all lies, B was not honest, C was inaudible, D was not genuine, and E was distorted. The vote of thanks, which was elaborately moved by the social secretary, did not ring true. Remember the meaning of ring true. Ring true means to be something that is genuine and seems to be true. So now my option again: A was all lies, B was not honest, C was inaudible, D was not genuine, E was distorted. I think I should put the option. A was all lies. Which was D? Okay, D was not genuine. Yeah, that's correct. Because ring true means genuine, seems to be true, seems to be genuine. So not means you are saying the opposite. Did not ring true means did not seem to be true. Good job. Good job. Thank you, learners. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now let's go to the next question. Our next question, I have: the salesman tried to pull the wool over my eyes. The salesman tried to pull the wool over my eyes. Pull the wool over my eyes underlined. The salesman tried to pull the wool over my eyes. Option A. This means that the salesman tried to dash. Option A, force me to buy his goods. Option B, offer me cotton wool. Option C, make me buy his wool. Option D, dupe me. Option E, cover my eyes with wool. I will go over the option again. The salesman tried to pull the wool over my eyes. Option A, he tried to force me to buy his goods. Option B, offer me cotton wool. Option C, make me buy his wool. Option D, dupe me. Option E, cover my eyes with wool. Okay, option D, option D, option D, option D. Option D. So option D is actually correct. Option B, no, option B is wrong. Option B is offer me cotton wool. So let me go by the option again. A, force me to buy his goods. B, offer me cotton wool. C, make me buy his wool. D, dupe me. E, cover my eyes with wool. So option D is actually correct there. Dupe me, to deceive, to dupe somebody. The salesman was trying to what? To deceive her, to dupe her. You know, when you deceive somebody to buy something and the person eventually buys it, then that means you're deceiving the person. And when you get them, you get to meet something else instead of what you were supposed to be given. Now, the next question. The next question. The new inspector decided that the culprit should be brought to book. The new inspector decided that the culprit should be brought to book. Brought to book on the line. Now, brought to book is just the past tense of bring to book. Brought is the past tense of bring. So this is in the past form now. Okay, I'm back. All right. Where were we? We're in the class. The new inspector decided that the culprit should be brought to book. Brought to book on the line. A, option A now, should have their names recorded in a book. Option A, should have their names recorded in a book. Option B, should be brought before him to show whether they could read or not. Option B, to be brought before him to show whether they could read or not. Option C, should be booked. Option C, should be booked. Option D, should be jailed. Option D, should be jailed. Option E, should be made to answer for their conduct. Option E, should be made to answer for their conduct. Which is the right answer? The new inspector decided that the culprit should be brought to book. Option A, should have their names recorded in a book. Option B, should be brought before him to show whether they could read or not. Option C, should be booked. Option D, should be jailed. Option E, should be made to answer for their conduct. Okay, my learner shows option E, so option E is right. To bring to book means to hold someone responsible for their action. So it means the inspector decided that the culprit should be made to answer for their conduct. Option E, correct, good. Now the next question. Victor will not attend the dinner party tonight. Victor will not attend the dinner party tonight. He is afraid of his own shadow. He is afraid of his own shadow. So afraid of his own shadow underlined. Afraid of his shadow. Victor will not attend the dinner party tonight. He is afraid of his own shadow. The options now. A, not in the mood. A, not in the mood. B, attending another party. B, attending another party. C, scared of imaginary things. C, scared of imaginary things. D, unhappy with his assigned role. D, unhappy with his assigned role. E, unable to forget his fears. E, unable to forget his fears. Victor will not attend the dinner party tonight. He is afraid of his own shadow. Good, is scared of imaginary things. Scared of imaginary things. Unnecessarily scared. Is scared of imaginary things. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, let's move to the next one. The accounts clerk was jailed because he cooked the books. The accounts clerk was jailed because he cooked the books. Cooked the books on the line. This is a past form. He was jailed, past tense, cooked the books. The accounts clerk was jailed because he cooked the books. Options: A, set fire to the account books. Option A, set fire to the account books. Option B, sold the books in his office to get money for good. Option B, sold the books in his office to get money for good. Option C, falsified the accounts to his advantage. Option C, falsified the accounts to his advantage. Option D, destroy the account books by cooking them. Option C, option C, option C, option C, option C is correct. Option C is correct. Good job. Let's move to the next one. Jimo has cupboard love for Sidikatu. Do we have any Jimo and Sidikatu here? Jimo, is it true that you have cupboard love for Sidika? Jimo has cupboard love for Sidikatu. Cupboard love on the line. Cupboard love. Abdullah, are you Jimo? Do you have any cupboard? Oh. Jimo has cupboard love for Sidikatu. A, love that never fails. A, love that never fails. B, genuine love. B, genuine love. C, love for what he wants from her. C, love for what he wants from her. D, love that can fail in time of trouble. D, love that can fail in time of trouble. C. Okay. So Jimo has love for what he wants from her. He only loved Sidikatu because of what he wants from her. After getting it, the love is going to fly away from Jimo's heart. Another question. Ma, can we say tampering with maybe evidence or account book? What do you mean by tampering? Do you mean tampering from the word tamper? Khalid, are you Jimo? Is your name Jimo? Why are you saying God forbid? Okay, tampering. So when you say tampering with the book, the meaning of tampering is to make change to something. To make change to something, especially when you are trying to damage it or do something illegal. But we cannot say tampering the books. It is not an idiomatic expression. So the idiomatic expression for that word, tampering, is to cook the book. Do you get it, please? When somebody tampers with something, the person is actually making changes to it. To make change to something in order to damage it or do something illegal. That is right. But then when we talk about the idiomatic expression version for it, then you say cook the book. Good job. Let's continue. Now, we have this question, the next question. An open secret means dash. An open secret means dash. A fact that is very secret. A fact that is very secret. B, an open matter. B, an open matter. C, a secret known to everybody. C, a secret known to everybody. D, a confidential matter. And E, a secret told in the open air. Good, a secret known to everybody. An open secret, a secret known to an open secret is known to everybody. Another question. His attempts were nipped in the bud. His attempts were nipped in the bud. Nipped in the bud underlined. Nipped in the bud. This is a past form now. Nipped in the bud underlined. His attempts were nipped in the bud. A, unsuccessful. A, unsuccessful. B, cut short. B, cut short. C, frustrated. C, frustrated. And D, disqualified. His attempts were nipped in the bud. A, unsuccessful. B, cut short. C, frustrated. D, disqualified. Good, cut short. So when something is nipped in the bud, it means it was terminated at the initial stage. To be terminated at the initial stage. The next question now. The next question. The government should stop white elephant projects. White elephant projects underlined. The government should stop white elephant projects. White elephant projects underlined. A. Projects in which white men kill elephants. A. Projects in which white men kill elephants. B. Projects in which white elephants are used. B. Projects in which white elephants are used. C. Projects for painting some elephants white. C. Project for painting some elephants white. D. High-cost projects with low utility values. D. High-cost projects with low utility values. E. Low-cost projects with high utility values. Option D. So white elephants, when you say white elephant, it means something that is financially burdensome or a project a project that has high cost and low value. High cost and low value. Good job. Now let's move to the next one. The legislator has decided to play second fiddle after he had been walked out of the assembly for violating basic procedure of the House. What we are concerned about here is to play second fiddle is on the line. So play second fiddle. The question again, the legislator has decided to play second fiddle after he had been walked out of the assembly for violating basic procedure of the House. A. This means that the legislator has decided to dash. A. Oppose every motion in the House. Oppose every motion in the House. B. Support every motion in the House. B. Support every motion in the House. C. Condemn every motion. C. Condemn every motion. D. Support the lead given by others. D. Support the lead given by others. E. Become active in the House. E. Become active in the House. Support the lead. Become active in the House? No, that is not right. When you play second fiddle, it means you are lesser than somebody in a particular position. So this person has decided to play second fiddle means, okay, I'm going to support anything the superior says. Anything the superior says, I am going to support. So support the lead given by others. Now let's take the last question for today. Let's take the last question. The sudden death, Adebimpe is just following people. Okay, let's continue, please. The last question. The sudden death of the king puts paid to the ambition of the minister. The sudden death of the king puts paid to the ambition of the minister. Option A, encouraged. Option A, encouraged. Option B, rewarded. Option B, rewarded. Option C, benefited. Option C, benefited. Option D, terminated. Option D, terminated. The sudden death of the king puts paid to the ambition of the minister. The sudden death of the king puts paid to the ambition of the minister. Option A, encouraged. Option B, rewarded. Option C, benefited. Option D, terminated. Option D,